beautiful Love Goddess. Welcome to another episode of the Lovegodesss podcast. I'm your host, Kata Melvin, and this week we are talking about the services that we have been providing for our clients and all the new services that are coming very, very soon with our Lovegodesss studio opening. I have already shared with you information on the Lovegodesss Club, Lovegodesss app. I have shared information with you on the dances and why it is important. I want to go back to our old friend Boudoir and why boudoir photo sessions are important. So, Boudoir has awakened my eyes on how empowering it is for other women. How it allows them to open up, how it gives them permission to step into their feminine version. Boudoir, and if you haven't listened to my podcast story, there is a long story about how I became boudoir photographer, all divine guidance. I encourage you to listen to that podcast episode. I'm gonna find that and give you the podcast number. But why boudoir, and why is it a part of what it is that we do? Anything that we do, such as the boudoir photo session, the dance, the feminine dance movement, right? They are ways, they're tools. They're nothing but tools for women to tap into their feminine side, for women to turn themselves on, for women to feel sexy for the first time, for women to have that sexuality switch, for women to self-express, right? Those are the tools that women are craving, that they don't receive a lot of opportunities to tap in their real life. Right? And they are tools. A lot of women would say, oh, I'm doing boudoir for my husband, or I'm doing boudoir photo session for like our anniversary, or whatever that might be. But it's just an excuse, because every single woman that comes through the door is doing it for her. And it's always for her, and it's always been for her. She just needed, for some reason, she told herself that she needed an excuse of her husband so she could be allowed to do that. And then all the comments that I hear on all of our posts saying, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I had her body. I wish I had the confidence. I wish I knew how to do my makeup. I wish my stomach wasn't this way. I wish this wasn't that. I wish I was more confident. Like you name, there's like all sorts of excuses that women come up with that they decided they need in order to do a boudoir session. Another one is, I wish I was younger, or some comments from yesterday said, oh, they only do these with young women, and that's absolutely not true. And women that we are photographing, they are between 40 and 65 for the most part, and our oldest client was 75, right? So this is for women of all ages, and you don't need to be young. In fact, I do not want for you to book a boudoir session, because that's actually not who we photograph. You would not fit into what is that we're doing. We will photograph you if you come and book. But majority of our women are pretty much women who are moms, right? Who have lost themselves, who have felt disconnect, who don't feel pretty or sexy anymore, women who have C-section scars, women who have big bellies, women who have cellulite. Those are the women that we photograph. Those are the real women that come to our studio that are looking to fall back in love with themselves, right? Women who are not happy with their bodies. And so those are the women that we photograph. And that's why it's so healing, because they finally get to see a beautiful side to themselves, right? A beautiful side to themselves. And I've had extreme situations where women were so insecure, and it's just really sad and heartbreaking to see those women, first of all, being in their own head so deeply that they think that this prevents them from being happy, and not seeing their own beauty, right? I see their beauty, but they don't see them themselves, and it's really, really sad. It's very, very sad. When I started doing boudoir photography, I have realized how much women transformed, not just on the inner level, like on some other levels. And I've always had a coach in me, and I knew, like, I couldn't put the two dots together, how to connect that, until I did. And it took me years, it took me close to 5 years to like really get it, to really connect the dots. And I did, and thank God I did, because now you see the whole Lovegodesss movement coming together, because of my breakthroughs, because of my inner work, because of my digging. Why is it working? What is it in it for women that are seeking? What are women seeking through boudoir photo sessions? Because it's so much deeper and bigger than just a boudoir photo session or pretty pictures. Most photographers, that's all that is for them. Boudoir photo session, pretty pictures. That's not us. That's why we are so special. We provide transformation. We don't just do pictures, right? And that's like the big differentiator. Starting from the point how we treat our clients for their photo sessions, we are treating them immediately as, what kind of transformation are we giving you, instead of, all right, let's get you some pictures on in the album or wall art or whatever. It is important, believe me, it is so super important, but that's the difference between us, transformational studio, and someone else who just wants to sell you some pictures, right? With boudoir being a tool where you tap into your sexuality, it's your way or your permission to see yourself through the different lens, through the way that you don't necessarily see yourself very often. And when you do, you almost give yourself permission to rewrite your stories that you've been telling yourself, that you are not good enough, or you can't be this because you have flabby stomach, or whatever that might be, because you created these rules inside of your mind, like me, a coach that is talking to you about this, that you decided, hey, I can't do this because of this, right? And so boudoir photo session allows you to see yourself in a different manner, and really tap into that side of yourself that you haven't seen in yourself. A lot of you haven't. Some of you have, but a lot of you haven't. And so what makes us different? Why are we special? What's so awesome about doing a boudoir session with us? Well, first and foremost, I want to share with you that Boiling Point Boudoir is a separate company from Lovegodesss, right? We are partners, and we are operating as a team, right? Lovegodesss, anything that Lovegodesss is doing is its own thing. Boiling Point Boudoir is its own thing, right? And we just have that agreement that the particular company is providing amazing services for all of our women who are in the Lovegodesss movement, whatever, right? And what's so awesome about sessions with Boiling Point Boudoir is that we are very hands-on with you. A lot of photographers nowadays, they don't even want to talk. I remember, like, even makeup artists, like, I remember trying to hire someone for my team for consistent work, and she would not even, like, she would refuse to have a conversation with me, right? Or there was another photographer I was talking to, I wanted to hire for my team, or at least have a conversation, and she would not give me her actual phone number. Like, what in the world? So we live in a world where people don't want to talk, like, as if you're not doing business with other people, right? And for boudoir specifically, it's such a vulnerable genre. I make sure that from the very beginning point, you have someone to talk to and ask questions and be guided by the hand. So the journey starts with talking to a team member, and maybe we will have an option for self-booking very soon, but we don't have that option. So you first talk to a team member, and she goes over all the wonderful services, not as services, but steps that we do through Boiling Point Boudoir photo session, right? First, you get to have a guided consultation through Zoom that not a lot of photographers offers. They don't care about you. We do, right? We offer a personalized guided consultation where we go over your outfits. We talk, we plan your session. We brainstorm ideas together. We ask you why you want to do this and what kind of transformation you're looking for, so we can give you not just the pictures, the transformation. I have stories from clients who went to one photographer and they weren't happy, and they didn't feel that they were treated with love. They didn't feel that they were given the attention they were seeking, and therefore the quality of images. They didn't feel that other person listened to them. They just brushed it off and move on with their own thing, or ways of doing things, how they do. That's why those clients came to us asking, oh my God, I had such a not happy experience with that other person, and I don't like my images because they didn't listen to me, they didn't incorporate the symbolism, they didn't do this. And that's why we are having a consultation. So we go over, hey, like, I want for you to feel that you not only got the images, but you got the transformation from it, right? And so we go through that. The consultation itself, anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half. That's how deeply we talk and make connections with you. And that also establishes trust between us. So important for boudoir sessions. A lot of women are terrified. They have no idea what to wear, where to get the lingerie, how to do the makeup. So we make sure we guide women through that process. We go deeper into if there are additional options or special bundles that we have available at that time. We also go into those options as well for you to select from. Then about a month before your photo session, we have a check-in consultation, usually super quick, making sure that you're still happy, get your excitement back up, tell you about the expectations, how, what, and answer any questions that you still have before going into your photo session. For example, you were counting on an outfit arriving and it didn't make it, and now you're like, oh my God, what do I do? So we go like and develop backup plans, right? Then on the day of a photo session, you come to Boiling Point Boudoir studio, and then you get your hair and makeup done. You transform, you do like your clean hair, clean makeup, right? I mean, clean hair, clean face, no makeup, right? So we can get started with the transformation. When that's done, we love to do reveal. If you watched our videos, we walk you to the mirror and reveal how you look for the first time, and a lot of girls go, oh my God, I love how I look. So that's our favorite part. When you are finished with your makeup and hair, we take you to the studio and we start the photography flow. Normally our session consists of 2 sets, one light set and one dark set, because we believe that there are 2 sides of a woman, the light side and the dark side, and we are both, right? And so that's how we embody that philosophy, is that we have a light side where we capture your light version and we photograph you in a light manner, and then we have the dark side and the sultry side as well. So those are our individual sessions, right? and we guide you like how to hold your hands, what to do with your like feet, like all of it, facial expressions. We even guide you on how to breathe, right? And so when we are finished with the flow, we go immediately into viewing your images. So that's another thing that a lot of photographers don't do. You walk away and you don't know where your image is at. I also heard crazy stories that they did a photo session, they've never seen their images from the photo session, whatever. Like, I don't know what happened. It's probably different thing in each case scenario, but we go and viewing your images right then and there. So it is a full day experience. Sometimes client come in at 8, they leave at 3. Sometimes client come in at 8 and leave at 5. Sometimes client come in at 8 and leave at 7. So we never know, depends on how decisive you are. The longest part is the viewing. So this is where we get to see all of our images, and we start selection process with the images, which we also guide you through on how to do it. Believe me, everyone had to go through it. It's very normal to look at the images and feel overwhelmed and feel, holy shit, how am I going to select my images? And just know that you are not the only one. We have done this for many years, and there is a process, and we will guide you through it. The viewing can take anywhere between 2.5 hours to 5 hours. Therefore, before we go into viewing, we usually send you to go grab a quick bite to eat so you can come back, and that's when we get started with the viewing. And after that, about a month later, your album arrives to your door, or your wallet arrives to your door, and you are a happy camper. So make sure to, if you have like a surprise anniversary gift or whatnot, make sure to have your photo session 1 month prior to that date at least, right? So super, super important. I already mentioned why it is empowerment. I also already mentioned it is a tool for women to feel feminine. So a lot of women come back saying, oh my God, this was the best experience. Some say it was better than my wedding. So if you're ready to book your photo session, just message me saying the word boudoir, and I will guide you from there and connect you to a team member who will set you up for a phone call with one of our girls. Lovegodesss app is also coming, so I'm excited to have a space for all of us to be connected on outside of Facebook. So I'm super excited about all things Lovegodesss that we are doing. So I will drop the link for you below as well for the Lovegodesss app waitlist. So if you want to be part of anything that's happening in the Lovegodesss brands, make sure to put your name on the waitlist, and I will talk to you soon.